You get the direct deposit notification, and for a few hours, the balance looks healthy. But by the time the rent, the utilities, and the auto drafts have cleared, that number is right back where it started. Surveys indicate that 62% of Americans and 73% of Generation Z report living paycheck to paycheck. But there is a discrepancy in the national data. According to the Federal Reserve, 54% of Americans actually have enough emergency savings to cover 3 full months of expenses. This side-by-side comparison of Bank of America data shows the split between feeling broke and being broke. While 62% of people say they are living paycheck to paycheck, only 24% of households are objectively spending 95% of their income on sheer necessities. Fragmenting the data shows millions of workers technically possess discretionary income, yet still experience the constant anxiety of running out of money. Measured, the modern worker is trapped in a dual squeeze, the result of a system crushed by macroeconomic structural forces from above and exploited by behavioral digital architecture from below. The pressure from above starts with basic math. While nominal wages have grown in recent years, inflation has persistently outpaced that growth, eroding real purchasing power. The most visible drain on that purchasing power is housing. In many cities, the average starter home now exceeds $1 million, and rent growth has accelerated at a rate that wages cannot support. Because these costs are so high, an unprecedented 52 servicing that debt drains the exact capital that previous generations used to build wealth. Over a third of Gen Z borrowers report delaying a home purchase specifically because of their monthly loan payments, stunting their ability to compound equity. Housing and student loans are inelastic expenses. You cannot easily negotiate or skip them. They cripple a worker's foundational income before a single discretionary purchase is even considered. The modern labor market has also shifted the burden of economic stability directly onto the individual. Today, in addition to covering the full 15.3% self-employment tax, gig workers with irregular 1099 earnings face strict hurdles when trying to prove income stability to landlords and mortgage lenders. This arrangement trades long-term economic security for short-term flexibility, leaving millions fully responsible for funding their own safety nets out of pocket, often without the capital required to do so. If you manage to navigate the high costs of housing, debt, and independent taxes, you are left with a tiny sliver of discretionary income. This is where the second half of the squeeze takes over. Behavioral economics suggests that modern commerce relies on a digital architecture specifically designed to eliminate the tactile feedback and the psychological resistance associated with parting with money. With mobile wallets, stored credit cards, and instant face scans, you no longer physically hand over cash. The cognitive friction that used to make you think twice about a purchase has been systematically removed. This chart shows the direct positive correlation between frictionless payments and spontaneous purchasing. Nearly half of consumers admit they spend more when the checkout is seamless, and a third of Gen Z reports that digital transactions make money feel less real. When financial reality feels abstract, consumers develop new coping mechanisms. Two of the most common are doom spending and treat math. Under the logic of treat math, consumers rationalize frequent, small luxury purchases, like an expensive coffee or a premium subscription. The reasoning is that if buying a house feels mathematically impossible, you might as well enjoy a smaller, immediate comfort. Individually, these purchases seem harmless. Collectively, they act as a highly optimized extraction system, quietly siphoning away whatever wealth survives your structural debt. The persistent experience of running out of money before the month ends has become a structural feature of a hyper-optimized economy, making the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle a predictable result of the current financial design. The SEC 2.0 Act allows employers to treat student loan payments as qualifying contributions, triggering an equal match directly into a 401k. Meanwhile, portable benefits offer gig workers a mobile savings infrastructure that travels with them to automatically route earnings toward retirement. But systemic change is slow. In the short term, individuals must protect their cash flow by actively reintroducing the friction that apps have stripped away. We are seeing this in behavioral trends like loud budgeting and underconsumption core, where people openly communicate their financial limits to friends. Others take practical steps, like deliberately deleting saved credit card info from their web browsers, forcing themselves to manually type the numbers out. Earning a good salary is only the first step. Today, financial independence requires actively defending your income against the massive structural forces of the economy and the engineered convenience of your own phone.